Yeah. So we start, or you want to introduce us?
I know very little. I'm sorry I'm filling in, but I think I'm going to introduce. I'm going to say Vardit from Israel, and I know that Manisha handles the India office.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some exciting information on Israel, and we're excited to be able to bring a ladies' delegation to you. So tell us, how do we go about it, and work on something interesting on a startups. For startups as well, because that's what that table is about.
And this table is also about that.
Yeah.
So
this table is also about that. So do share with me about that culture.
First of all, I'm excited. First of all, I introduce myself in Manisha. I'm from Israel. My name is Vardit Kaplan. I deal with tourism, I think 30 years already. I worked for the Ministry of Tourism for 20 years. I was in my last position consul for tourism in New York for the government. And last year, I met Manisha in the conference here. And there was another presentation about agriculture, tourism, different stuff about Israel. We had to know each other. And because I think that India and Israel have a lot in common, and it can be a very, very attractive destination for people from India, we start to work together. And we start to cooperate, and it's come to a point that Manisha can help to organize here whatever needed, and I will be, I'm not going to stay in India, on the other side. But first of all, you sit for a few minutes. I will do the presentation about Israel, and I will like to, if we go out from this session, and we will be very pragmatic. It's me. I will give you all the knowledge. You will have a chance to see how Israel looks like, but still, at the same time, I can tell you what is the next step and how we can organize a group for the next year.
Yes.
Okay?
So we are looking forward.
Okay, so I want to be, because I used to work, I think we don't need it.
Need?
Okay, so anyhow, for us, I used to work with a lot of pastors. I served 4 years in the state, and I know how to make things come true. I want to start with a question. If I would ask you, what is the image that you have about Israel, I would like to get an answer from you. What is Israel like? Yes?
Always war-torn.
Always?
War-torn zone.
War. Okay.
I think Israel has done remarkable work in technology, agriculture, and science.
Okay.
Blessed land, it's a...
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, blessed land, and it's a land of God, promised land for us, and what a mineral resources we have in Israel, richest, one of the rich resources we have.
Okay. Other.
I think I would say Israel is very powerful on startup ecosystem. We have close to 1,000 accelerators in an ecosystem which is a country which is much smaller than India. We have a lot to learn from an Indian perspective for a startup ecosystem.
Yes.
Okay. Other.
So technology, startup ecosystem, and one more thing that I love about Israel, the women military force.
Okay. Okay. Other. Just.
Yeah, I was talking about religion, and it's a Mecca for all the Catholics. That they have to go there once, like how people go to Mecca.
Okay. Last two, yes?
It's ancient civilization, Israel to me is ancient, it's very romantic, it's amazing, very hardworking people. Israeli agriculture is, I think, to die for. And I would like to align with you all for various startups that we support.
Okay.
I would say, in words, it's very difficult to explain Israel. You have to experience it. It's in the center of the world, land of 4 seas, and a land of milk and honey.
Okay.
And Dead Sea.
And that's okay. So now I keep your answer, and we will see if at the end it's fit. What is the real image of Israel? Okay. I just want to share with you that you have quite a good image of Israel and quite right image, because 2 weeks ago there was a research that was done in LA, in Los Angeles, in UCLA. It's the University of LA. And they asked the people, what do you think about how Israel is about? Just what I thought, ask you now. And most of the students say, like, it's a desert, it's an orthodox place, They ask how many Jewish state there are, or country there are in the world. They say between 7 to 50. How many Jewish people are in the world? They say enormous number. And their knowledge about Israel is much, much less than your knowledge. Okay, so we will go on the presentation and we will speak. This is from a tourist point of view, but I will also add what? Okay, it's also, we will go on from here. We don't have to start. I will start few. Most of the people don't know that the capital city of Israel, Jerusalem, was fully functional, and she's 3,000 years old. Okay, we go on. We will run because I have a lot of slides and I don't want to spend too much time. Okay, one of you, Allah. This is the Mediterranean. This is the lowest on earth. The size of Israel, it's smaller than New Jersey. Most of the people don't know that from the south to the north of Israel, it takes 6 hours maximum, and from one side to another, 1.5 to 2 hours. It's a very small country. Okay, next, and we will start from Israel. Okay, Israel. So, and another one. Who knows? Okay, I will start from as I said, from the tourism point of view. So you can see the people who come from Israel today. Most of the tourists who come to Israel come from Europe and from the state. People from the state come a lot to Israel, from Russia, from Europe, and now we start people from the east coming to Israel. India and China the most. Debbie, next. Okay, where Israel is located? Let's see. This is Asia, this is Africa. Israel is here. You can see here on the map how small is Israel. It's really small. Just for you, this is Turkey, this is Saudi Arabia, and this is India. So actually, if you look on the globus, it's not too far. If you fly from here, we are now in Delhi. If you have to fly from Delhi to Israel, a direct flight should take 5 to 6 hours. Right now, we still don't have a direct flight. We will have soon. We have with El Al from Bombay, but we will have soon. So actually, it's not too far from India. Next. Again, this is the Mediterranean. We are located. Israel is the bridge. Why Israel is so unique and so special? Because Israel is a bridge between Asia, Europe and Africa. And some of the ancient, if you could say kingdom, were in this area. Egypt was here, yes. Babylon was here, Greece is here, which means whenever anyone wants to conquer one of these places or to take rule of another place, he has to pass through Israel. So you have remained you have things that left from the time this empire passed through Israel. Okay, next. 70 airlines arrived to Israel. From India, back from India, we have, never mind, it's not too important. Right now, El Al fly to Israel, Turkish, Aeroflot, Air India, supposed to launch their first flight. It's supposed to be in April, but they are going to do it probably either in May or in June. Next. The good thing about Israel, that if you come to Israel, usually, and I know it about Indian people, you like, if you travel, to spend more than in one state. You like to combine. So if you come to Israel, you can go to Jordan as well. You can see, this is Israel, and Jordan is the yellow, the one that you can see in the yellow map. And you can pass, or you can fly with Jordan airline. And what you can do, you can land in Amman, you can go to Petra, to visit in Petra, and then continue to Israel and visit also in Egypt. Or you can come with Turkish airline and spend some time in Istanbul, come to Israel and go to Jordan. And then at the same tour, you can combine few countries at the same time. Next. This is Egypt, we can go on. Small but diverse. What's so special about Israel? Israel is small, but in a small country, you have a chance. You don't have to drive a lot from one place to another, but it's very diverse. How is diverse? We have 4 seas. We have the Mediterranean, we have the Red Sea, we have the Dead Sea, and we have what we call the Sea of Galilee. So we have 4 seas in a small country. We have 6 climates. We have a desert in the south, we have snow in the north. We have the lowest place in earth, and on the other side we have mountains that are almost 2,000 meters. We have ideal weather. You can come, we are near the Mediterranean, so most of the seasons are good to come and visit. The winter is a bit rainy, but it's not too tough. And the summer is hot, but if you compare it to Delhi, it's a piece of cake.
Although now it's very hot there.
Now they say it's 41 degree, and it's usually you don't get into such a high temperature in Israel. Okay, this is to show you the distance in Israel. So you can see Israel is very small, as I mentioned, from Eilat in the south to the Golan Heights. Altogether, it's 6-hour drive from the Mediterranean, from Tel Aviv to the Jordan Valley, which is in the right side. It's much less. It's 2 hours. And you can see here, this is the Red Sea, this is the Mediterranean, this is the Dead Sea, and the Sea of Galilee is up there on the right side. Next. Who live in Israel? In Israel, who are the Israelis? We are all together, as I said, small but doing a lot of noise. 8 million people. 8 million people, if you think about this word in India, you have 1.3 billion people. So it's almost nothing, but the Israeli managed to create a lot of, or get a lot of tension. 80% are Jewish, 15%, today it's even more, it's 20% are Muslim, and the other are Christian, Druze, and other like Bedouins and other. From the Israeli, which is 80%, people come from the diaspora. Israel exists only as an independent country 70 years, which means that the Jewish who live in Israel, they come from all over the world. You have here Debbie. Debbie, she's Israeli, and she actually was born in India. She was born in India, and her parents come and immigrate to Israel when she was a baby. The same, my parents, I'm third generation, came from Poland and from Russia. Others come from our country, from all over the world. So the diversity in Israel itself, in between, among the Jew and the Arab, and the Arab have much more, longer roots than the Jewish that go all around the world and then they come back to Israel. Okay, next. Rehab, I didn't mention. Rehab is also from Israel. She's from Nazareth. And I believe that her parents, her grandparents are were born in Israel, and there are many, many generations already in Israel. Some of us are newcomers. Okay, next one. What we speak, the official language is Hebrew and Arabic, but almost everyone in Israel speaks English, and you can find many people who speak third and fourth language. Russian, we have a huge, huge community of more than 1 million people from Russia speak Russian. French, Spanish, because people come from all over the world, it's a multi-language society. Okay, next. You can go around. Israel is totally modern country. You have train, you have a domestic flight, you can rent a car, there are buses. Besides the fact that it's an ancient place, it's a modern, totally modern country. Okay, now we have to go and see what you can see in Israel. Go on. Here's the four seas. The red, we call it the red, the dead, and the Sea of Galilee. Okay, next. Not to be missed. Some of the people say Israel, one of the reasons it's so important for so many people, because Israel is the homeland of the 3 monotheistic religions. For many people in the world, you know that in the world there are more than 2 million 2 billion Christian, more than 2 billion Muslims, and Jew much less, I think 16, 17 million at all, 15 million at all. But for those three, Israel is very important, because for the Christian, Jesus was born in Israel, raised, and actually he was a Jew. He was a Jew, and he was born as a Jew, and he died as a Jew. But later on, those who follow him, actually, based on his approach, they invent what we call today Christianity. Besides of this, for Muslim people, Jerusalem is the third more important after Mecca and Medina. And for Jewish people, this is the place of their, this is their homeland. So what you can see in Jerusalem, you don't want to miss, it's a 3,000 years of history. Next. It's the capital. In Tel Aviv, in Jerusalem, there is a municipality, there are more people there in Tel Aviv. And more than this, because, as I said, everyone who conquered Israel, there are like 40 layers of different time and age in Jerusalem. So if you go, for example, near what we call the Western Wall, near the Western Wall, they dig, and you can see different time. How do you know that this is a different time of Jerusalem? Because the stone is different. The style of architecture is different. So you actually walk in an open museum, archaeological museum, and we renovate some of the place, so you can imagine how life used to be 2,000 years ago. When the second temple exists and was alive, you can imagine how it's looked like, and it's not just to go on a ruins or just, in a archaeological site, but you can really feel how it used to be. Next. The Holy Sepulchre for Christian people, either if you are Catholic or Protestant or Evangelist, you have either the Holy Sepulchre and the Via Dolorosa, where Jesus walked in the last day, or you have the Garden Tomb for Protestant and Evangelist that you can go to in Jerusalem. The Holy City, all the important place and site where Jesus was in his last few days, because as a Jew, he came to Jerusalem to celebrate Passover, and on Friday, we just celebrate now Passover, so he started, you can walk, follow his way in Jerusalem. His last way, yes. Jerusalem, also beside the old city, you have the new city. And as I said, Israel is a very diverse society, so food is very, very exciting in Jerusalem. In the last few years, what they did, they took the market of Jerusalem and they developed there. It's a mix of different restaurants, so you go there and you can enjoy from different tastes of food centered in one place. Okay. Tel Aviv, on the contrary, what's so nice, as I said before, small country, very diverse. You have Jerusalem and other ancient places, but at the same time, you have modern place. Tel Aviv, not to be missed, go on with it, was founded in, not long ago, we celebrate 100 years for Tel Aviv. What's so unique in Tel Aviv? It's located near the Mediterranean, and it's a very vivid city, which means we used to tell her Tel Aviv that never sleep, because there are a nightlife very, very exciting. A lot of young people, for example, for gay, from Europe, it's one of the 10 most lovable cities, because they have a lot of pub, restaurant, disco, whatever it is. And if we go to the next slide, you can see it's located. You can see always people in Tel Aviv, and you can see a promenade, open market, and things like this. People like a lot. And the next picture. Sorry, Tel Aviv was. Israel got the recognition of UNESCO. About 6 different places, and I don't know if you know what is the recognition of UNESCO. It's a World Heritage Site, and 6 different places in Israel got this recognition. One of them is Tel Aviv. And why Tel Aviv? because Tel Aviv have a special style. It's called the Bauhaus style. It was created in Germany, but the biggest amount of building from this style that are white buildings, very nice, very impressive, are in Tel Aviv. So that's also something very, very unique about Tel Aviv. Okay. Sea of Galilee. Sea of Galilee, it's one of the places which still you can feel how things look like 2,000 years ago. And why? Because it's forbidden to build nearby the Sea of Galilee. The Israeli state don't allow it because she wants Christian people who come to Israel to feel how was it, because Jesus walked on the water. So they want the people to be able to get into this experience of how the Sea of Galilee looked at that time. Okay. Nearby, in the Galilee, in the Sea of Galilee, Israel is a place that created a unique it's a way of living. It's called the kibbutz. I don't know if you heard about it. A kibbutz is a place that people live together. I don't know if you know Orville in India.
Orville.
Orville,
Yeah.
it's not far from Randall. I've been in Orville, and it's a Indian version of the Israeli kibbutz, which means people live together, they share the property, they work together, and everyone contributes his knowledge, his skills to the community. It's a social community, if you can say so. And in Israel, you have, because people come from Russia at that time that Israel was established, and they adopt the idea of a social community that you live together and you share together what you earn and what you expect. Okay, you have the Golan, and all over Israel you have enormous amount of sites, archaeological, very, very pretty sites. Next. Baptize. People who come to Israel want very much, many times, to baptize. Here is the Jordan River, who start in the north, go through the Sea of Galilee, and finish in the Dead Sea. So people go and baptize in the Sea of Galilee. This is also another church near the Sea of Galilee, and you have a side waterfall. So people who come, they want Jesus did some miracle in Kaplan, I don't think say Kaplan, and Bethsaida and other place. So you follow those places, and then many times people take a boat and they sail on the Sea of Galilee. Okay. This is Haifa, it's another place. This is the center for the Baha'is. For them also Israel is a very special and unique place, and they built here. This is their center, and the side of this, Haifa is located near the Mediterranean on a big, big bay. And here you can see a beautiful garden that they develop, and you can start and go up on the mountain, go down to the port, and go through those beautiful gardens. This is Haifa. If you go down to the port, that's the building that you meet, because some of the Templars who come from Germany, they establish some neighborhood in Israel. One of them is downtown Haifa. This is near, you can see also, this is the near the Mediterranean. I say there are, what's so special beside in Israel, you know, I met a group of people, travel agents, those who organized the group in Israel in February. And I asked them, what did you like in Israel most? What appeal, what you love the most? And they told me, for us, it was the combination. Because in one small state, you can see ancient place, oriental place, modern, the food, the mix, the diversity of the people. They say all together, everyone can pick for himself, or there is never a bore. You can come for 7 days, you can come for 14 days, because the variety is so big in a small place that for you can pick, or you can concentrate whatever you like. And if you want, for example, to come for agriculture tour, so you can combine, or ITEC, you can combine to come for an ITEC tour, and at the same time, you can do some tour that base or focus on tourism. So you can do both things at the same time, or agriculture, course and then go and travel around. So here, for example, you can see the one before is Accra. Accra is a beautiful place in the northwest part of Israel, and there is the city that above and the city that below. There are two cities. When we dig there in the last 25 years, you can find city from the time of the yeah, the
that came from north to control Israel.
It's actually a pilgrimage that exists 800 years ago. Those are people who come from Europe. They come to the Holy Land with their army, and they actually built in Akko a huge city, a hospital, a guest house, whatever it is. And this is the city that below. And you have the city that above that exists today. What you can see here is actually a spa, because Israel was ruled by the Turk for 400 years, and they left behind them also some place that fit or it's more typical to the Turk, which is a spa. This is the original spa that you can find in Accra. This is in Caesarea. In Caesarea, at the time of the Roman, that was 2,000 years ago, they used to lead water in aqueduct from one place to another. So you can see ruins of place like this 2,000 years ago. So as I said, every place you can see ancient place, and aside of this, a very modern place. This is Masada. This is near the Dead Sea. The Dead Sea is the lowest point on earth, and people come there because people come from health reason. Because, you know, if you suffer from a skin problem and you come to Israel for about 2 to 3 weeks, not companies, it's a health insurance subsidized for people who are here to come to Israel and stay in the Dead Sea for a few weeks. But even for you, you can lay on the Dead Sea, and you don't need to know how to swim. You can just float on the water, because there's so much salt in it, and there's such a good chemical inside that do the best for your skin. Rahab keep telling me that one of the places that she liked to go the most is the Dead Sea, and she's keep going to the Dead Sea, and not just her. Many people go to the Dead Sea because it's make you, because of the warmth that there is in the air, it's make you feel relaxed and peace and quiet. So people like very much to go there. This is a lot in the desert. We have a desert in the south. I would want to go on. Just you can see this is a lot. We go on. It's in the south, and this is the 5, as I said, 6 place that UNESCO recognized as a World Heritage Site. It's the old city of Jerusalem, Masada, the house of Tel Aviv, Akko, biblical tales, desert, and sites. This is also great. Why Israel? And that's we start from here. Why people come to Israel? You can go on there because it's the Holy Land. It's a beautiful resort. It's good hotel. It's plenty of activity. It's steeped in history and culture. You can come as an individual. You can come as a group. You can come. You can enjoy church, synagogue, mosque, whatever it is. What people think, but you know, you told me already, it's not just a desert. Definitely no. Israel managed, because it's such a small country, we don't just raise the food and the vegetable for us, we export. We're one of the big export of vegetable to Europe, to Russia, because we managed in the desert to develop a special system, and we, in the near the Jordan Valley, and also in the south part of the Negev, which is the desert for us, we raise a huge amount of the vegetable for Europe. So we export food, vegetable, and flour to the whole world. We have incredible cheese. If you come to Israel, our breakfast is well known all over the world. We eat for breakfast a huge variety of vegetables. We have an excellent white cheese. We keep telling before that we are missing. What we miss the most, but here you can eat a yogurt, is our white cheese. You have wonderful, wonderful white cheese in different kind of white cheese. You have egg, you have bread. It's a wonderful, wonderful breakfast. And for people who are looking for high-tech, it's a very creative place. So there is a very nice book. It's called Israel Startup Nation. That in Israel you always create, and people, for the amount of people, for the population, there is a huge amount of startup. Okay. And as you wouldn't expect, the accommodation is great. You have 4 stars, 5 stars, hotel in very good accommodation. You can see here, it's not, if you want, you can go to 3 star, but 4 star, 5 stars, very good accommodation. Next. Here you can see some of the accommodation that you can be impressed that this is totally not tent, not camel, not desert. And the food, as I said before, it's a world-class restaurant from all over the world. So you can enjoy in ancient times and modern time at the same time. Spa, science cafe. For capita, we have the biggest amount of museum in the world. It's craziness, but that's what it is. And the next one, follow the star tourism. Let's stop here. Star Camp, Richard Deere just had been in Israel 2 months ago. I know that in India they like stars, so you can see many stars come to Israel. You can go on and put some.
Basically saying good looking people.
Most of the important stars have been in Israel. So, and next year we are going to celebrate 70 years of independence. Few more points that I want to add, which is important for you. Wanted to ask about the high-tech and how you can organize a group. Manisha is here. In order to go to Israel and make it easier for you, it's always better to come in a group. All time around is better, but if you come in low season, it's make the price cheaper. Next year, it's going to be overloaded because it's the 70 years of Israel. But still, if you come in February and March is low season. Still, the weather is quite good. So if you come, always check if you come in the low season. If not, you will come, there is a moderate season and there is the high season. To come in the high season, it's not, I think I recommend to come in the low or moderate season. If you come in a group and you organize a group, you always, as a leader of a group, you can many times come for free, which means the flight, the airline, and also the hotel, they are ready to give free seat or free room for someone who organizes. So if you yourself organize the group, so you can come for free, so you can fulfill your dream. And at the same time, make your friend thank you. And I say no, that you know, before people come to Israel, mainly from the state, Indians have a different image about Israel. But from the state, people are afraid and they have the wrong image. But still, after we convince them to come, we have 95% of people who are more than happy. They say, we will come again. My dream come true. For people who are believers, it's a lifetime experience. It's really, they will thank you. They will thank you, and they will say, I thought about it for many years. No one fulfilled the dream for me, and now I want to bring some of my friends with me. My life changed. From now on, I'm going to another stage, and I'm going to enjoy my life in a different, I will read the Bible in a different way. So many of the people, it's a spiritual experience. For those who are not certain believers, but Indian are spiritual people. So they feel, when they come to Israel, they feel that there is something in the air, because it wouldn't exist for so many people if there is anything special, even if you are not a believer. You feel that this is the roots, this is the place where something could happen on earth. So for this reason, people, it's really for them, it's really what to organize. More than this, Air India won't get into the business if she doesn't think it's a business. If she doesn't think that this is sport and there are people who want to come, she won't open the line for a traveler. So I think to do it, to come, and you can decide, I want to do a tour of 7 days. I want to do a tour of 14 days. I want to combine it with Egypt, with Jordan, with Turkey. Any place that you want, you can combine it together, and you can enjoy a journey in 3 states together or just by yourself. You can go for 3 stars, you can go for 5 stars. And 2 more things that I want to add before I open it to questions. First of all, it's a place of coexistence. That's also, people don't know, they have the image like Israel is a fight. It's always a fight between Arab and Jewish. It's not true. I come here to this conference with Rehab. We came together. We are friends from a movement called Women Wage Peace. And because, as you say, we are in Israel, we go to the army, we are fed up with war. And we decided, as women, that we have the power to bring peace and quiet to the region. And people, I go to Rehab house, we are friends. She come to my house, we spend together the time, and people, when they come to coexist in our big city, they say, how come? We thought that you are in a fight. We are not in a fight. We live together. We live in peace and quiet together. So this is one also of the misconception about Israel. Israel, it's not like this. Israel is a place that people live together in peace and harmony. We have our own problem, but in a day life, it's much better than you would think about it. And what else? I forgot. You will ask me question, and we will go on from here. What do you want to do? And tell me, and we will assist you. Okay. Thank you.
I think most of us are really keen to know, the gentleman from here and the ladies. I mean, all of us are very keen to know about the startup culture and how can we manage it. And we are a nation of technology, so are Israel, so is Israel. So if you could throw some light on that would be good.
Okay, I would
From
say
a business collaboration.
I would say one of the things, because Israel not rich. I mean, we don't have oil, we don't have iron. So what we have is to use our mind. That's how the item becomes so. And also, I was on Saturday in what we call the Bar Mitzvah. A Bar Mitzvah in Israel is a ceremony that when a child gets into is 13, what we do a celebration, and we accept him to the community of the mature people. And how you are accepted? If we let you read in the Bible. If you are capable to read in the Bible, you are part of the community. And how it's come? For the Jewish people, it was very important to be able to read and write for many, many years. And I think based of it, this is one of our strengths. That's how Israel became a high-tech center. Because we don't have any other sources, and because it's something built in our tradition. To use our mind, and whenever we were over the world, we were nearby. The rulers helped them. To assist them, to read, to write, whatever it is. So that's how it started. More than this, because we were survival and we go all over. So what we have in common, and yesterday I was in a panel with the Indian entrepreneur women. So I told them the creativity that you see in India, that there are a lot of heart, a lot of something spiritual. You can see it also in Israel. It's not a very strict place, and this is what is combined, or this is something that's similar. How will we combine and organize something like this? We can organize a tour. There was a woman I work with, and she is the chairman of the commercial attaché of Indian Israel office, and we can organize a tour that part of it would be to meet with a colleague in Israel and to do a seminar, and you will tell what is the field that you are focused on. And on the other end, you can spend some time, travel, and get exposed to Israel. So you can do both things together. We tailor-made our tour. So if someone wants to focus on something, we'll do it for him. We will do it as a workshop and aside as a travel tour. And you just have, Manisha is my representative here in Israel, and we do it because we do it for many years. I will give you a sample in China. In China, we have the biggest number of people that come, that are sent by the government. They need, in order that the government will subsidize for them the tour, they need a workshop with our colleague in Israel. Sometimes it can be a municipality, sometimes someone who dealing with water system or anything like this. So what you do, for us, you tell us, that's what we need, that's what we want, and we will tailor-make it, and this is the budget that we have, this is the time that we have this and this amount of days, and this level of accommodation, and we will make it for you.
I have a question. What is it that, from a business perspective, can India add value to Israel? So while we are looking at, both are good at technology and there is an easy way of collaboration, what are the other levels that Israelis look towards India to bring in as far as commerce and business is concerned?
I believe, but this is my assumption and from what I hear. Israel is small. What in Israel we are doing mainly is developing and creativity. But sometimes we don't have enough. We're looking for outsourcing. We are looking for outsourcing either to produce or either to develop the next step. And I think, first of all, there are some product that was made in Israel, and because the market here is much, much bigger, what you can do, you can adapt the product, especially either to the Indian market, and you can sell it here, which is you to produce and to sell it in Israel. On the other hand, you don't have to produce you can, what I believe is two stages. First is the next step of development. If there is something which is unique for India, maybe some people in Israel will show interest because they know already how to create money, they've done few startups already. So it can be even higher level, a stage of sharing idea and see whether you should do it in India or do it in Israel. The next step, if you have an idea to develop or produce it in India, either to local market, and something, for example, you can produce it here or develop the next step and then sell it to China or to South America. But I think all kind of things you can cooperate in different ways. That's the way they do it in China, actually. Chinese company, what they are doing, they do a collaboration with Israel in this way. They come, they never let the Israeli produce in the local market, never. They just want the idea, and they want to adapt it and develop it to the local market. That was the Chinese do because it's a huge market.
When you say creativity, what really, when you say creativity is something that, Israeli would want,
They are good in it, but sometimes you can come with an idea, for example, and you say, I believe. For example, I can tell you something about the Indian market that I know. Someone find out, I don't know if it's an Indian or Israeli, that actually in India, some of the people live far away from the center, and they need services of healthcare in the village up in the mountain, and they can't go to get a medical treatment or health. So what they do, they develop, I don't know if they develop it here or in Israel, a system that you come to a place in the village, you have on the other side, you have someone, a doctor, consultant, you tell him what you suffer from, which kind of treatment you need, and the treatment was sent to, or at least later on the medicine were sent to the village upon the conversation in the Skype. So this is something that was, and we know what worked for the Indian. We can assume, we can come with product, but you know better.
Yeah.
And the Israeli more experienced, so you can make together, you can work together. And I think we can work in a very nice way.
Sure.
Okay. Manisha, come.
I'll add something to what she just said, because you were asking about, look, they're really keen on having India as a great market for the products in Israel. Last year when we met, there was a group of presenters here. You know, they were all there at the plenary. There was a long session where a good presentation was done. I can only tell you about the olives which really would, earlier they found the soil, our soil in Rajasthan and I guess Gujarat matched the soil in Israel where they can grow olives. So this was really started last year, and I was so impressed with the presentation. Agriculture is really taken up, and even our PM is really looking at going to Israel and getting in a lot of other technology and a lot of other things. But the best thing is, it is so beautifully structured. It's just not getting things from there. I mean, they really come here. They train us to the extent of making us experts. It's not left half the way. It's just that we have the soil that can grow olives. It's not done there. But the presentation was so impressive because they send in their team from here. They come here and they educate us. It's hand-holding. They really take us there to produce something, because quality, they do not compromise. Quality has to be the best. So they will just not bring in anything and leave us to do with it. They will educate us. They find our soil good. For a lot of time, even the saplings that come, everything comes from there. It's just a collaboration with India. So all those kind of things are already open. If you go online, if you find out, especially for the startups, so you will find all those things there.
We can also recommend to you, you know, we have a very active embassy in Delhi. So if there is a certain field that you are interested in, you always can ask, because now they are working in a field of agriculture, some high-tech water system and things like this, but they always open to new fields, and they are actually, they wish to develop new collaboration. So if you have anything in mind, just go for it.
Like tunnel technology is the next coming in.
Very nice.
Because with limited rainfall they have, I've been to Israel. That's the reason I say you need to experience the land. I've been to Israel myself. With the limited rainfall they have, you know, the way they use water, it's not for a wastage. It's recycled for the fields, and the drinking water is really pure. In Israel, any place you go, you can just go drink water. You do not have to really go through the mineral water that we have to here. It's pure water.
And it's considered to be a desert country.
Yeah.
It's considered, so we have to sow, and you see greenery in many places around.
44 varieties of fruits. I call it the land of miracle for this reason.
Absolutely.
Because I've had the best of kiwis in Israel, where kiwis, the best of kiwis you find only in New Zealand. Yeah? But 44 varieties of fruits, and you will not say that it's a desert. It's a land of the desert, and it's a land of sea at the same time.
Yeah, when you say the Mediterranean area, from the Middle East area, from the sky,
Yes.
so you see a green place between a desert, you know, a very big desert, because the other countries
Yes.
around us are
I
desert.
have two questions. Number one, with growing terrorism and attacks in Istanbul and places nearby, how safe is it Israel right now, and how do you predict this as we go forward?
I was there last November when, you know, people said that you should not be going at this time, but we were there and I never felt anything, because things all, it's beautifully taken care of. that it all happens outside, you know, and it's very safe. I would say there's no other safest place than
Not
Jerusalem.
propagating, but I think we are learning a lot about safety from the Israelis.
But still, it's
So
there
they
in the
are
minds of
teaching us
people.
because, you know, what they have reached and how they have maintained their country to be secure today. They really can teach all of us what we need to do to counter terrorism, what all they've
And
done.
I think she's
Amazing.
right. First of all, you will feel totally safe.
Safe.
Totally safe, and I don't like to use it, but there are much more tourists were killed in other areas because terrorists become now, you know, throw you out all over the world, not in Israel. So it's safe, and tourists weren't killed in Israel in the last a long time. But still, even for us, I must say, after 2000, after the twins fell in New York, so people come from all over the world to learn from Israel about how to deal with safe issue. And even, you know, we used to fly long time with our with El Al, which is the Israel carrier. And the reason was we felt much safer because we know how to deal with it for a long time. You know, in Israel, for a long time now, when you go to you want to take a flight, they check your luggage and so. In Israel, they do it over the last 20, 30 years. Also, when you go to a canyon, so it's so part of what's going on, so you don't feel it even. And you really, for me, you know, I lived 4 years in New York. I keep saying that to live in Israel was much safer than to live in New York for my children. I used to say, for me, the children, in the middle of the night, they are going outside with their friend, they play in the garden, in the neighborhood. I always feel I sleep. I don't even tell them, tell me when you come home.
You can say you mastered the art of security and safety.
Yes.
What is?
I said you can say you mastered the art of safety and security.
I agree.
That is
I
all.
agree.
Security.
We sell. My husband comes from the security business, and from the security field, we sell the knowledge all over the world.
Yes.
So
And the question is on the taxation, you know, for startups and all. What is the current slab of taxation?
for startup,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something I don't know to answer. But Israel, if you have a local partner, they are clever enough to find out the best way to minimalize it.
Yes.
I can tell you.
I can-
Israel, if it's needed, they will establish it in Cyprus.
Yes.
If it's needed in India, they will find you the best solution. You
Yes.
can trust them.
I
And
understood.
I can tell you a story about this. I was last year in Kuchim, and I want to buy something, and I bargained with the seller, and he told me, I love Israel. They know how to bargain.
Yes. There's a small little thing that I can tell you about this. You can really trust, you can really depend. There's no anything extra that will be charged upon. Everything, they maintain it they're very transparent about it. The airport taxes that we pay in India to just travel to another country is more than 10 to 12%. Just the airport taxes with a single ticket, and Israel is 2% of what. So the taxes and all are very minimal. It's very minimal, so what you get. And you're also talking about security. I have walked on the roads of Israel during so many news we would hear in India here on the television and the newspapers. You see girls, 13 years old, once girl or a boy, it's mandatory for you to join army. You have to be in the army. So when you walk on the streets of Israel, you'll see a girl, with really, I literally asked her, I requested her, can I just hold it once and see the weight of the gun? But they are so, they're secure. You look at them and you feel secure.
Debbie, you have here Debbie, who served 25 years in the Air Force of Israel.
Wow.
Which is why the respect for Israeli women is really high.
I just want
They
to ask
all
one
go
question.
through this.
What's
I have
the
some
scope
Israeli
of
friends,
Indian art and
and they
culture
come here after
in
their
Israel?
exams.
Because I deal in products which are completely, my vision is to bring all the artisans, Indian artisans, to take them to a different level. So I just want to know what's the scope for me, a person like me who is dealing directly with Indian artisans.
I think there is space for it. but you have always to think about it, and I tell you from your perspective, okay? It's small market. You have to remember that Israel is 8 million. Part of it, those who are a market for you, I would say is half or 25%. But still, you will see in Israel that people, you have in Tel Aviv in Jaffa, we have a place, we call it the flea market. And in the flea market now you can see shops that they export, they bring to Israel, import to Israel, things from the Philippines, from Africa, from other places, not just doing exhibition but sell. And you can see product from India. And in Israel actually, you see in different places pieces. So there is a place, and there is, but still you have to keep in mind the market is small. So if you make efforts, it's not that I don't want, I want it very much. I even myself thought, before I came here, if there is a place to bring the Fabi India to Israel, because the cotton fits very much in the weather. And for women who are not, not at their 20 anymore, it's exactly fit. But still, I keep thinking, if it makes sense or not. If there will be enough market for it. So that's something you have to keep in mind and think whether it works or not. If it's just, to do cooperation and to bring some artists, and at the same time to do market, to do a festival. For a short time. I will do it first as an experience and get involved the Indian embassy. And then you have the feeling, whether you have a local partner, he is ready to take the risk. It's work, it doesn't work. I think two nations love each other. Young people love, and also old people are really loving India. So now it's the question of whether it works or not for you as an entrepreneur. Okay?
It's okay. But that risk exists everywhere.
No, it's true, but I want the children know as much information, and then based on it, you can make a decision.
Any more questions?
I would say we love to see you, each one of you in Israel. I came to India last year. From then, I come 3 times. This is my 3rd time. Wow. I fell in love in India. And I know that if you will come to Israel, you will fall in love in Israel. You won't regret it. It will be your lifetime experience, and your friend and your family will thank you for the amazing opportunity.
Well, as you very rightly said, we organize a women's book kind of thing where they can
everything.
In the last 2 days at the conference, I must say we already have 4 women on board coming to Israel. So we're doing an all-women tour from WEF. So you're all most welcome.
When is this?
We've just got a confirmation from
we decided that we will do maybe a regional in Cyprus, and we will combine. We will do WEF in Cyprus, and we invite people from Egypt, from Lebanon, from Turkey, and then those who want, we will invite them for a tour in Israel.
We will announce it, so we have 4 confirmations.
What? Cyprus is concerned.
Take our card, be in touch either with me or with Manisha, and we will let you know about the WEF.
How safe I've got you.
Cyprus?
So, sometime back, just 4 of our friends, girlfriends, we were thinking of, we do these vacations across the world, and we wanted to go to Cyprus. And then we figured where Cyprus is. And we totally backed out. And we were so excited because it's such a...
You have the wrong image. You have the wrong image. Cyprus is divided. There is the south part and the north part. I won't go to the north part because it's ruled by the Turkish. But all the people from the UK, this is one of their largest resorts.
So South Cyprus is
totally safe. Totally safe.
We almost we knew what we wanted to do.
So tell us, we will help you to organize.
And we were like, okay, where is Cyprus? So we saw
the Turkish Cyprus and the...
We will love to help.
Yeah.
So the
We
It's on Facebook also.
Okay, thanks.
I head the chapter. I have your card. I just want to say I'm Ritu. I head the chapter for hospitality consulting for All Ladies League. We're based in Bangalore, and I'm thinking how can hospitality and and tourism, how do we work together?
We would love to. We would love to. I think it's because people can afford themselves.
It's an amazing.
And they would like to organize a tour that combines. And you are responsible. Say it again.
For hospitality consulting, we actually help people build hotels, plan facilities, run hotels. So more to do with hotels and tourism. That's what
we can do.
Yeah.
Both sides. Okay, I will write on my.
Yeah, we do that.
We need a group photo.
Yeah.
This is from Italy.
So nice.
So we will be in touch.
Yes,
I think you can organize it.
Okay.
You can
We'll
organize
work
it.
on how we can do that. Sure.
Okay.
I'll share my card with Manisha as well.
Thank you.
Okay. Ladies.
Great.
Lakshmi, come for a photograph.
I'm taking one group photo.
Now I understand everything.
सर मोबाइल इधर है हम खींच देंगे हम इधर शेयर पर
Mumbai is on the map.
आप मोबाइल
Say Mumbai is on the map. Thank you. And I copy
कैमरे में फोटो उनमें मोबाइल और खींचता नहीं सबको आने देते गिर जाएगा सर तुम तो बैठ के खींच दोगे Please put there.
Put it there and
We will
then
click.
Guys, come over here. Yeah, don't be shy. Don't be shy. We will leave you a place. Some boys wave after all, so.
Yes. Wait, one more.
Thank you so much.
Hold on. Click कर दे. सीधे जल्दी. Yes. और रहेगा. Yes. Done. Welcome.
Team photo. Now I'm getting all the It's very What are you doing? my card. You have the new strategy. How interesting. Okay, my card. This is my card, which is all which I'm having the hospitality consulting. That way. Sky. So this is my consulting card. You I'm waiting.
So many adopted children.
You have started for children, for girls. לא רק כן, כן.
Airports for how many years?
I was 25 years old. I retired as a lieutenant colonel. I'm still in the reserves and I'm a counsel in the Israeli Ministry of Defense. And I have a new project in Israel now. It's the purpose of Israel. Tomorrow I have a session here why nations need a purpose. Because Israel had a purpose and it was established. But the purpose was wrong for surviving. After the Holocaust and all that. India actually was the only country that the Jewish people didn't suffer from anti-Semitism. But in all the other countries of the world, the Jewish communities suffer a lot. And this is only
about 500 Polish Jewish children into India.
Wow.
Last year, the
Really?
really spoke about it.
Yeah.
Yes, last year.
And you know the Jewish community in Israel and it's contrary to the other Jewish people in India, the other Israelis. Some of them don't want to leave the original countries because they suffer there. And you know, the Indian people didn't suffer. So the Jewish communities in Israel really love India, and even when there weren't formal relationship between India and Israel, they used to come. We came. I remember that we came with my parents. It was in '76. I was a child, and we came to India. My father was an advisor, economic advisor of British Airways. And went to New York. When they left India, Indira Gandhi's she was very tough. And she liked the Jewish community, and when they went to Israel, it was very difficult to them there.
They have to go through a process of everything before being accepted back.
Yes. And then not many people know that she told Ben-Gurion, Prime Minister, but that time it was not Ben-Gurion, it was another Prime Minister, that if you will not take the Jewish community in Israel, she was going to send a plane to bring them. And then something was changed there.
Unfortunately,
they accepted.
But I am the that will come after the then that's good. And that's
I know now that every community in Israel
there's even a little
even the Holocaust and came to Israel. I have a relative, she went to Israel, she was a child, and she went to Israel in 1949. It was, I think, the first, no, she told me that it was the second plane that went from India to Israel. And they went to kibbutz in the center of Israel. There were the Indian children, youth, and the Holocaust, the youth, the teenagers that came from the Holocaust, after the Holocaust. And the Indians went to the settlements, and there were also the Israelis. And she felt sorrow about because when they ate, for example, they took the bread and put in their pockets. And the Israelis treated them, you know, they humiliated them because Israel wanted to create a new image of the Israeli guy. Yes, and they were very strong image of Israel, the strong Israeli the fighter, never give up. So they're reminding who doesn't want to be. Who doesn't want to be. Yeah, so it's quite complicated in Israel. It's not so.
I'll go to the park.
Parking me here.
I'm in room 10. I'm just getting the bags done. Sachin is going there. I'm coming to the lobby. So it's better so we go all the way back for dinner.
What we will do it anyway, I collect CC. You will know what's going on. Yes, certainly. I will connect to speak to all these people. Is it okay? I'm going because I was in the middle of call before. I have some to deal with the lawyer. And one for the reason I need some conversation. So it's okay that I'm going to go on because we're going to a show. And we will meet tomorrow if I will see you today. Yes. Okay. It was really just to know I did a bit better. It was a real pleasure. Go for it. Go for it.
Oh, like that. Ah, that's father's love.
What do you want to say?
I want
to start to settle there. Really? You're a nice father.
God has opened a way for me to go to Israel every year.
Now I understand because he's a pastor. I didn't know that your father is a pastor.
Yeah, he's a bishop of India. The first church of India. And the Britishers left. It was Church of Britain in India. Earlier, and the Britishers were here.
How many people are in this church? All over India? So he should be your first client, darling.
Yes, yes.
He should be your first client.
Should be.
He travels a lot.
For your feeling. It's making you feel alive. How many brothers and sisters you are?
तीन बार कर देते हैं, पर 2 बार मैंने कर दिया है, एक बार कर दिया।
Change my
What is that topic over there? It's number 7. The balance. That's interesting. Politics,
Anna sent me a message.
I'm sure people will be.
Yeah, I saw your lovely picture. Girls, you behave.
Gender balance is a good one. Very much required in India.
But all will be up on the. She was telling me about it. This is sweet because I will just go and take a call and do it. She said,
I also to get my presentation. I didn't know I'm the only one taking this.
she can really go on to do it.
Session. My boss go for the
That's what has his own,
Yeah, we will meet up tomorrow.
Yeah, we will check each other.
More benefit. She's little like you.
Sylvie, we're going to the room, right? Come. I
in their mind where I have a wellness travel.
Actually, I'm more class level and it becomes okay. But another one is it becomes
What do you
very painful. This is not a platform for angel investments. यार investments के लिए इसमें दोनों का जो बेचने वाला लग रहा है. I understand, but this is most
very high profile.
Yeah, absolutely. ज़्यादा ही है. Yeah. This is more of a who's already done that and over with it.
Who's the hall in charge here? Who's the hall in charge here? Yes. But I'm waiting for some audience to join us. So that's some Ruchi and all here. There are many people coming, but I don't know where she is. So can I have a business? Sure. So you can just have a look at that. Sure. I will just once I'm back from this. Sure. There's a meeting. Okay. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm here only for at least half an hour, 45 minutes.
Let's go. Yes, I'll be back. I just call up. There's somebody else, I think. Hall में
नहीं करो नहीं just accelerator नहीं आएगा तो कैंसिल कर देंगे इतना वो नहीं आएगा
No, I'd like to hear from you. That is the reason.
तो मैं कर दूँगा maybe for the YouTube and my marketing
Yeah, she's there. She's like to she went from home.
It's going to be investment.
It's some startup. Angel funding.
It's going to be on investment. You're going to start. Okay, I would
So it's
also
on startups actually. It's startups. It's
Yeah,
startups.
that's
Yes,
quite
it's very
good.
useful
But
for you actually.
Startup funding, basically.
Yes, it's startup funding.
But
It's
trust
a very
me,
interesting sort of thing.
trust me, nowadays funding has become more important,
Than the business.
which is
That is
wrong.
what
Which
we-
is wrong.
We don't invest such startups.
No, which is wrong, sir, because
Absolutely.
because unfortunately I have stopped attending all these events wherein I see only students, those are like 17 years old, 18 years old, they don't know how to talk.
मेन चीज़ प्रॉब्लम क्या है बताऊँ? प्रॉब्लम ये है कि there are all kinds of startup funding में आपको हर तरीके के लोग मिलेंगे, हर तरीके के mentors मिलेंगे, हर तरीके के प्लेटफॉर्म पर फंडिंग मिलेंगे और हर तरीके के एंटरप्रेन्योर्स भी मिलेंगे. अब आप अपने बिजनेस को एक्सपैंड करना चाहते हो, उसके लिए आपको पैसा चाहिए कि आप अपने बिजनेस को बेचना चाहते हो, उसके लिए पैसा चाहिए. ये अगर स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट पे देयर आर स्मार्ट एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हु आर इन galore.
Sir, I know one thing, I am banya and for me business is paisa. Very
पैसा उनके लिए भी है ना, वो एग्जिट पहले सोचते हैं.
बहुत क्लियर है.
हाँ, वो एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को सोचना चाहिए, वो उसको पहले ही प्लान करके आ जाते हैं.
So मुझे बड़ा दुख होता है कि when I read that to acquire to earn 1 rupee, Ola is investing 3 rupees or 4 rupees.
Ola is not investing.
Sorry.
It's the investor behind the Ola who's getting the money.
Spending.
Yeah.
So actually मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि पहले भी बिजनेस होता था सर. ऐसा नहीं है कि
अंडरकटिंग कर रहे हैं ना. अब आप देखो, मैं यही चीज आपको ना वैल्यूएशन के हिसाब से जब बताऊंगा तो आपको पूरा गेम समझ में आ जाएगा.
आपसे पर्सनली मिलना
ना
होगा.
ना वी या बट मैं तुमको बताऊं क्या कर रहे हैं.
वो
फ्लिपकार्ट
जो
और
आप बोल
ओला
रहे हो ना, वो ट्रेडिशनल वे है कि भाई 1 रुपए का.
हाँ, ये नया तरीका आ गया है कि आपको फंडिंग कंपैरेटिवली आसानी से मिल जाती है. उसमें आपको एक कॉस्ट देना पड़ता है. वो सब चीजें इस वैल्यूएशन. अब क्या कर रहा है, ओला ने किसी से पैसा उठाया, ठीक है. अब ओला ने मार्केट अपना 1 करोड़ ओनर ने लगाया और 10 करोड़, बहुत छोटे लेवल पे बात कर रहा हूँ, दीज गाइस गो टू मिलियंस. ये 10 करोड़ की जगह 10 मिलियन की बात कर लो आप. दैट विल मोर. चलो 10 मिलियन लगाया ओला ने और 100 मिलियन एक इन्वेस्टर ने लगाया, अलीबाबा ने लगाया या आयन ने लगाया और किसी ने भी लगाया. तो अब ये ओला का स्ट्रैटेजी क्या है और फ्लिपकार्ट का क्या स्ट्रैटेजी है? उनको कस्टमर एक्विजिशन बढ़ाना है. तो उसमें क्या करेंगे कि 10 रुपए पे अगर पड़ रहा है कॉस्ट, तो जो ट्रेडिशनल टैक्सी ड्राइवर था वो 12 रुपए पे, 2 रुपए उसको भी तो अपनी रोटी चलानी है, प्रॉफिट नहीं कमाएगा तो कैसे करेगा? 10 का कॉस्ट पड़ रहा है, 12 पे वो बेच रहा था. इन लोग क्या करेंगे, 9 पे बेचेंगे. शुरुआत करेंगे 11 पे, अंडरकट किया, 2-3 टूट गए टैक्सी ड्राइवर. फिर ये देखेंगे कि यार अभी भी पूरा मार्केट नहीं आ रहा है, मेरे को जो ड्राइव करके खुद की गाड़ी जा रहा है ऑफिस, उसको भी मेरे को चाहिए टैक्सी में. तो ये 10 पे आएंगे, फिर और बढ़ेंगे, फिर ये 9 पे आएंगे. 9. अब अल्टीमेटली क्या कर रहे हैं, जो इन्वेस्टर जो 20 मिलियन जिसने डाला है वो हिट हो रहा है। वो हिट किस तरह से हो रहा है, लॉन्ग रन में वो भी हिट नहीं हो रहा है। अभी आप समझे ही नहीं होगे, बिकॉज आप जब तक डेप्थ पे नहीं जाओगे ना, तो फिर आपको समझ में ही नहीं आएगा। उसमें ये होता है कि वो इन्वेस्टर भी चाह रहा है कि वो करे ये चीज ओला। दैट इज द चेंजिंग पॉइंट बिकॉज ऑफ द फैक्ट that is not video recorded यार, I would have not rogered. But the fact of the thing is वो इन्वेस्टर क्यों चाह रहा है मालूम है? वो वैल्यूएशन जब बढ़ जाएगी ना, आपका बेस वैल्यूएशन के ऊपर में वो कर रहे हैं। वैल्यूएशन अब बढ़ गई उस कंपनी के। मैंने 3 रुपए के शेयर खरीदे थे 20 मिलियन मैंने डाला था, 3 रुपए के शेयर खरीदे थे। अब जब कस्टमर्स आ गए खतरनाक, मेरे जैसे लोग भी जो एक्चुअली ओला और उबर ही ले रहे हैं आज की डेट में, मैंने अपनी गाड़ी नहीं छूता। अब आ गए हम उसमें, अब उनकी वैल्यूएशन, अब वो 3 रुपए का इन्वेस्टर का जो शेयर था वो 7 रुपए हो गया। किसके सामने? क्योंकि मेरे से बड़ा इन्वेस्टर अब आ गया और उसने इन्वेस्ट कर दिया इस कंपनी में ओला, और मेरे को एग्जिट मिल गया डबल से ज्यादा। जो मैंने 20 लगाया था उसका मेरे को 50 मिलियन मिल गया। Everyone does this in the funding. No, everyone does this. Now it goes to 50 million. वो भी नहीं रुका, वो 100 मिलियन वाले को सेल करेगा। लास्ट पे जाके जिसके सर पे ये टोपी रुक गई, क्योंकि एक लेवल पे जाके वैल्यूएशन विल बी मोर हाई एंड समवन विल से नो बॉस, आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू इन्वेस्ट एट दिस वैल्यू, एंड दैट इज वेयर यू गेट रॉजर्ड। तो लास्ट टोपी जिस पे रुकेगी, दैट गाय इज किल्ड।
जो नीचे के हैं, that's the
We will make money. And so will Ola make money, everybody else will make money. Where the buck stops is where they get rogered.
Are we starting the session?
I think we were thinking, but we were trying to populate 2-3 more people. But then I'll start.
We should just start.
I think there's someone from the they told me to wait for another 2-3 minutes.
अभी स्टार्ट मत करना, आ रहे हो आप अटेंड कर रहे हो आज। वो सारे अफ्रीकन ऊपर चले गए
और वो आ गया ना दिल्ली डेविल्स में भी वही लाइन में खड़ा था, तो तीन लोग Padmaja, Samuels and these people, so they are getting a lot of attention, which is due also here.
और ऊपर चले गए।
Cricket and movies are the biggest selling things in India, I guess.
मतलब वो अफ्रीकन वाले
So you're from Mumbai?
I'm from Delhi.
You're from Delhi.
Yeah. Head office
Because
is also in
IM
Delhi.
is in Mumbai as well.
Yeah, we are spread across 10 countries. But our head office is in
Now
Delhi.
you mostly you take sessions at Thai also a lot.
Yeah.
Last year you were here, right? At WEF?
I am there in all startup related functions.
Okay, great. But your session didn't happen last year also.
I must have cancelled it all.
Adjust करवा दो।
I must be traveling या कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया होगा, because मेरे startup related functions में तो हर जगह पे
अभी मत करिए, वो वहीं पर करें।
When will we start this?
नहीं वहाँ पे नहीं कर रहे हो, यहीं पे ले।
No, he was taking the video this side.
Should we just start because it will take time anyway?
Yes. She is coming.
We have only one speaker, so it will.
But we still need to give him half an hour. It's 5:02.
Yeah, 5:30.
Yeah, so let us.
नहीं वो एक और lady बोल के गई है मैं आ रही हूँ करके।
No, you start it. You start because those who have come, it's not fair for them.
Okay, fine. I'll start it. Yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sushmita Nanudekar from Mumbai, from all chapter of Mumbai. Today we have a very wonderful session coming up on what investors look for in a startup. So please put your hands to welcome Digvijay Singh. Please. Okay, I'll just hand over to Mr. Digvijay Singh, who would be speaking to us from IAN, Indian Angel Network.
Hi everyone. I would, I'm here to talk about what investors look for before funding a startup in the Indian as well as global system right now. So I'll start with what we are at Indian Angel Network. We are a group of 425 plus angel investors spread across 17. Now it is 10, it's a little outdated, and we've got members across 17 countries. Primarily, these are all first-time entrepreneurs who have made it big. So that is the genes of IN, Indian Angel Network. Why we stuck on to having only first-time entrepreneurs as our core of our membership is because we felt that these people have done it themselves and taken the hard journey and made it big. So that is where we wanted the color of the money to be somewhere linked to what the startups go through in their journey of entrepreneurship. So that is where they were very clear on this, because money is money and money in every which way is good. That is what the thing is. But we are a little different here. We very clear from day one thought that this will be very important, because the motto of IN is money, mentoring and market access. So money can, good startups will, if you have a good business, like the lady who was here a few minutes back, she said, I'm a baniya and I know what business is. And if you have a good business, you don't need, people, you don't need to have to sell yourself. Investors will find you. On the other hand, you need mentoring, you need market access to make your business really go places. And that is where Indian Angel Network and all other angel networks across the globe come in handy. So what we primarily do is these people like Mr. Chris Gopalakrishnan, Mr. Sanjeev Pichindani, a few names. There are 425 such people. Out of that, maybe 400 will be first-time entrepreneurs who have made it big. Mr. Chaudhary, Saurabh Srivastav, Raman Roy. These are all names who have started from scratch and made something out of their business. Starting from there, that is where we started, and we have till date invested in 132 companies, and our IR returns, which is to an investor, to our member base, is to the tune of 40%, which is like the best in the world for investment returns. We 120 investments is a little outdated. Investment 7 countries across 7 sectors, completely sector agnostic. It's not a tech startup. I won't fund it. That is not the thing. But yeah, we have tech supported startups are around 60% in our portfolio, and we have done retail businesses also like Vaha Momos and Mukunda Foods, which is a dosa manufacturing machine which might hit each one of our houses in a form of microwave oven size ka, and dosa manufacturing, you put it inside the dough and the other side dosa comes out. So we've invested in those kind of companies also. We get around, last year we got around 8,900 deals. This is again a little outdated figure, and according to figures of NASSCOM, it's around 12 to 13,000 new startups coming up in India every year. And out of that we got around 10,000 startups, so that is the reach and of the brand that we have got till now, which is nearly 70% of the overall. So this is what I without even looking at this, this provides more than money. Part of it I think I have explained, because I think somewhere money, अगर आप अच्छा कर ही रहे हो तो money तो आ ही जाएगा आपके पास में. People will try to invest and take shares into your business and make some money out of your business. But the other part of it is very, very important, wherein person knows, and especially at startup level, and the changing ecosystem. आपका अभी कुछ है business, 3 months के बाद में it's a different business, which you need to be a little mentorable. You know, you cannot be married to your idea. You need to have 1% to 10% of your mindset to be flexible to get a divorce with your idea. Not literally a divorce, but with your idea. Because it has to be tweeted, made to be fit as per the market that you're trying to. For example, I tell you, there's a company we invested in 2009 known as Dhruva Software. They, the small time entrepreneur who could, small time in the sense, I'm not trying to demean him in any way, but you know, he was a IT software person and he was a techie. So he came up with a plan and he came to us for 65 lakhs and he said, 1 year down the line, he could plan for reaching Bombay. That was his vision, the ultimate goal. In 1 year, I'll get to Bombay. He was from Pune. We invested 65 lakhs and within 2 years, we went to California with him. And the software is a success story in the sense, again, 65 lakhs, humne invest kiya, then we went on to the way the Olas and the Flipkarts gets invested. Now it has crossed Series E also and it's about to get listed in California. This guy, now coming back to the investment part, but the mentoring and the market access is what these guys, he came in with a good idea, he got the money, and this is one of the finest examples in my own portfolio where I can, Ian has done that bit in the literal sense. It's very early 2009 where angel investments had just come in, and he said Bombay, and there is this person who was a lead investor from Ian. He started imagining, my goodness, this guy is so mentorable. And this is a huge software, it can go places. कहाँ जा सकते हैं इनके साथ में? This was I can't name the member, but he's a lead. He's a real time champion on his own. He had done his from garage to an IPO in an IT company in Bombay. So he said, okay, done. We invested in. The IN member is sitting at 290 times the investments now. So that is what angel investments is all about. That guy has gone, he was not a marketing guy, he was a techie. I started my comment. So, first thing they did, they got a Sardarji from Ludhiana, hardcore sales guy, pushed his way across and as a CEO of the company. Mind you, idea is all fine. CTO bana diya aapko. He was ready to, actually go and change he was so passionate about his work that he wanted this idea to go places. Within 1.5 years, he was ready, he changed everything. I changed everything for him. And these guys are like too big. Now, humko unse appointment lena padta hai ki, please, can we have a talk with you? And that is how they grew. The members also grew, the team also grew, the business also grew. Because, at IN you have Mr. Chaudhary, HCL co-founder, you have Chris Gopalakrishnan, the Infosys co-founder, you have Mr. Saurabh Srivastava, the founding chairman of NASCOM, of TIE Delhi, of Indian Angel Network, and of course his whole track record behind. And these people only sitting as IN members. So, inka khud ka network, their whole, market access, everything opens because angel investment is not from the company that they are representing. It's their private money, their personally hard-earned money which goes into angel investments. So for that private, I personally feel if I was working, you're working. There is your own sweat money going into, this company. You will put more than what is required, and that is the philosophy of somewhere, all angel investors. That is what they do. Of course, they want to get a divorce, which everyone should actually, but. For an amount, they want 290 times. They don't want to look for a company wherein 5 to 10 lakh. They'll rather invest in listed stocks then. So it's high risk and very high gains. It can go either ways. So that is what angel investments is all about.
So actually, I didn't understand angel investing. I have a startup on my own.
Yeah.
So suppose, can you explain in like 100 rupees example? Like. If an angel investor, suppose, very small example, 100 rupees. So what is
that will be easily explained also, I guess.
Yeah, so what is the return he is expecting? Is he expecting full 100 rupees or is it an interest or what is he expecting?
Angel investments.
So, just to add on to the question, what is the right time?
Oh, that's a completely different question.
Sir, just what is the right time to actually approach angel network? What, according to you?
According to me, it has to be according to you. But I'll come back to that question. I'll answer her first because your question is completely a different, question. 100 rupees, that's a life case. You need 100 rupees from an angel investor, a single angel investor or a group of angel investors like IN or Mumbai Angels or Let's Venture or any other, California Angels. The funder always remains at IN. I'm not going to talk about only IN. We take equity into your company. So 100 rupees, if you lose, we lose.
How much?
There is no interest, there is nothing of that sort. There is no, we go up to from 25 lakhs to 50 crores.
No, but percentage.
At the angel round, that is up to 6 crores. We will maximum go up to, if we are funding you up to 6 crores, we will maximum go up to 30% of equity. At the fund level, which we have, I'm just talking about the angel investment side now, that is 25 lakhs to 6 crores invested through these people. IN has launched our own fund now. We have our own fund where we have Padmaja Ruparel, my president, as the GP. It's a different model wherein only 2 people we are managing 350 crores of our own, which we will be investing into startups. So that's a different model altogether. Angel platform is a different model, fund is a different model. VC funding is separate and angel investing is separate. But answering your question, both they only take equity. There is no interest.
So 25 lakhs to 6 crores, either of it is around 30% equity.
Maximum.
What's the minimum? 15 to 20.
Minimum it will be 15. Nothing less than 15. Yeah.
And what's the criteria of doing 15 and criteria of going up to 30?
It depends on the model, the space that you are in. So that's the valuation part of it is 2 or 3 days individually with you.
How does one do valuation?
That would have answered. I'll have to sit with you for 3 days at a stretch to understand your business model and get into that valuation.
Okay, so do you have some structure for that where we need to
At angel level, I'll be very honest with you. In angel level investments are not done on any track record. So we are not lending, like you said, like banks. Banks invest on track records of the company, performances, P&Ls and things. At angel level, we don't have any track record. So I'll be investing on you primarily, and that is what I'll come to, what we actually look for. This is only IN that I'm talking about, and the philosophy overall. Since it's a smaller audience, I think I can take the liberty and explain it to you in a better way. It becomes more meaningful for everyone. That is what I said. Yeah, I think it's good. Because otherwise, it becomes a bigger forum, and then I have to stick to my, and then just go it like a teacher, and then you'll be like, oh God, this is like another session that you did. Yeah. So that is what I hope I've answered your question. So angel investments world over is like this. Angel word, kahin na kahin angel hai, but investor who wants a return. But yeah, of course, angel is listed with angle से. This is my comment here personally. Angel is listed because आपका कोई track record नहीं है. बैंक के पास जाओगे गेट के अंदर नहीं घुसने देगा. यहाँ पर वो उस लेवल पे आप पे बेट कर रहा है. आपके आइडिया पे बेट कर रहा है, आपके पैशन पे कर रहा है. That would have come to the most important thing is you, not even your model.
The founder.
The founding team. Founder alone, they get scared. Yeah, they get scared. Angel investors across the globe get scared with single founding team. You will come across very few startups who are funding globally. I am the CEO, I am the CTO, I am everything. I am. So वैसे भी फिर वो arrogance आ गया.
So what is the difference between angel and impact investing?
Impact is, it's very different. आप IIT के किसी भी incubator cell में जाओगे तो you will see, they are making एक कानपुर के incubation में IIT कानपुर में एक social impact हो रहा है ना, उसमें कुछ टाइप की डील्स होती हैं. I'll tell you example. आप किसी छोटे गांव में इंडिया में जाओगे या कहीं पे जाओगे तो you see, people who are really, struggling to get their children educated.
इट्स अ वेरी इमोशनल कनेक्ट बिकॉज सॉइल मंडे में अपना ज्ञान देने गया था ऐसे जैसे अभी दे रहा हूँ और वहाँ पे जाके मैं कह रहा है दुनिया में पता नहीं इम्पैक्ट इज अ वेरी डिफरेंट लेवल बिकॉज दैट लेडी केम अप ऑन द स्टेज एंड शी टुक आउट अ स्मॉल बैग एंड शी सेड देन शी शोड अस सम फोटोग्राफ्स. अब वो फोटोग्राफ्स में देखा तो पता लगा यार दुनिया बहुत ही डिफरेंट है. देयर आर पीपल हु आर इन्वेस्टिंग इनटू दीस काइंड ऑफ सोशल ड्रिवन हाँ so there is a whole lot of people who are clearly there on social impact funding. अब उसने IIT में वो बैग बनाया है उसके पीछे में एक टेबल भी है and it's very light. So what happens is छोटे-छोटे गांव में इतने बड़े रूम में तो मतलब it is like super luxury यार 5 star 7 star and all this. This is like what is this yeah Patek Philippe watch and shoes of and this world is very different from impact funding and impact related businesses. So that is where these guys he opened up a small table. She opened up and it was like she showed me the connect of that on a video and वो जमीन पे बैठ के 100 स्टूडेंट्स को या ज्यादा इतने एरिया में बैठा के उसको बिकॉज दे डोंट हैव वो जमीन में बैठ के लिखते हैं हैंडराइटिंग खराब होती है एंड द होल प्रोसेस ऑफ लर्निंग इज रियली स्टैगर्ड एंड वेरी स्लो. वो इम्पैक्ट का उसने वो बैग बनाया है बैग पीछे लेके जाओ और उसी में टेबल खोलो उसी में बैठ के लिखना शुरू करो एंड शी कांट गो मार्केटिंग बिकॉज people across the globe 2 मिनट में कॉपी करेंगे उसको and the business is over. So she is running it slowly NGOs पे जाके फंडिंग ले लेके. That is also a way of funding, but उसमें ना impact में there is a huge risk I feel. And secondly, impact funding में the exits of entrepreneurs as well as the investors come out in a much bigger, much larger time. Generally exits. CSR activities and then that's a completely different model of getting it funded. But having said that, there are Indian investors into impact funding also. We have certain set of such members in IN also. So that's a little bit on the emotional part of it. Somebody, on a very different level it is. This is very mechanical otherwise. Funding otherwise is very mechanical. Though I might sound very nice and hunky-dory, but the fact is it is not. Investments is very, very serious business. So, coming to your answer, what was your question?
The right time to approach angel investors.
Angel investors, देखो, I would suggest if you can pull it without taking any investment.
So
that's the ultimate.
So I'm trying to be away from investors as much as possible because I want to, get into a.
I'll give you. There's a plus and a negative to this situation. The pluses are you are the master of your business. And investors actually come in and they take equity of your business and they're somewhere tweak your model for their and your betterment. Having said that, you have to be ready to get married.
Yeah.
And marriage is not about doubts. You have to be inside out with the person. You have to be 100% in tandem, in belief, in faith, in everything. There. Otherwise, you don't get married to him. Yeah? It's not a joke. Similarly, on investments, you have to be married to your investor. If you don't believe that he and your philosophies, your ideologies, your way of running the businesses, and you're very stuck on your way of running of businesses, you're not at all flexible, you have to really, really think twice. This is the positive. Coming to your negative. Your business model, you have certain amount of cash to support it. You have certain amount of market access behind your and your family. And your friends, family, everyone included. What next? How fast? Can you expand? Do you have that kind of a vision or not? If you have, then go ahead, do it. You have to be. And how confident are you of yourself that you will not let go after a certain point and you can sit across that 3-day session with me and stick on to your valuations? Either I am right or either you are right. We walk away both as winners. So you can't be completely closed. So I've sold both the ideas to you. So you have to sell your view, your vision. Why are you so scared? Yeah? Why do you have to be scared of investors? They're putting in money. They're putting again yours is the idea level or market proven track record a little bit. That's fine. But can you do something like what we did for that company which I mentioned, Dhruva? If you can, never go to an investor. Because उनका मेंटरिंग जो आएगा आपको वो ध्रुवा सॉफ्टवेयर के बंदे को उसका विजन क्या था 6 महीने के बाद में he was talking about going to Bombay and we landed him in California in 1 year's time with a Sardar CEO and aggressively selling it out. And our members made 290 times their investments. Was मजाक नहीं है 290 times investments बनाना. 6 people still sitting on that investment. At Indian level, if you invest, there are 55 people who invested into that company. एक ही बंदे से आपको डील करना होता है. Who's your lead investor? No, आपके जो IN का lead investor होगा into your business, he is the only one who will be dealing with you as a board member of your company. But having said that, 55 people जो साथ में इन्वेस्ट किए थे उनका पूरा मार्केट एक्सेस मिलेगा, उनकी मेंटरिंग मिलेगी if you want it. That is what angel investments is all about. Or you can approach all of these 425 plus Indian investors कि ठीक है इन्होंने मेरे उसमें नहीं इन्वेस्ट किया है, but say okay, Mr. Chris Gopalakrishnan, Infosys co-founder. Okay, this is somewhere I can connect with him. You can talk to our lead and tell him, can I get this market? You know, he has a lot of links in this particular government. He has a lot of links in this particular country. I hope I'm answering your question also. You know, that is where, you know, angel investors and things come in, and that is where the real value add is. The only scare which you have कि ये मेरे को पूरी दादागिरी ना करने लग जाए इन्वेस्टमेंट करके मेरे पूरे बिजनेस को चेंज कर देंगे. So I started this session by saying be ready to be divorced. And your money, you said. So coming back to that, money is very important, right?
Money is very important.
So 290 times खर रहा है.
Sir, I'm already doing good profit as of now, whatever I'm doing in. And I think I would be able to take the show next level of my own. So I'm not approaching investor.
No,
but
I'm not trying to influence you. I'm just trying to be very candid. You don't. If you actually don't feel like get approaching investors, it's their loss also. Just understand that. They need good entrepreneurs and you need good funders.
So I need a good mentor also at the same time.
Of course, so that is what I said. Money, market access and mentoring. That is a chain at angel investments across the globe.
Right.
So, and you have to get married to the investor. If your business philosophy is not matching with his, you need to do a lot of homework before approaching an investor yourself. What companies that he is invested in, you have a word with the CEOs of those companies. They are across these globes. आप जैसे बैठे हो वैसे ही ध्रुवा वाला भी बैठा हुआ था एक स्टार्टअप के फंक्शन. उसमें तो फंक्शंस भी नहीं होते थे. टेकी था, came for 65 lakhs with us. Now they are in series E, D, पता नहीं कहाँ, going to just get IPO. And जिसने 5 lakhs लगाया था, वो 290 times his investments बैठा हुआ है. कोई सोच रहा होगा कि 65 lakhs मैंने पूरे क्यों नहीं लगा दिए? You know, that is all there. So that, I hope I have answered your question.
Yes.
You know, you need to get your homework also. You know, if you don't do your homework, you go raw. So forget investors. Anyone is going to take advantage if you don't know what you're getting into.
Right.
So one question: if there are you are at an ideation stage, and there are already people who are 1 year old in that idea into the execution thing. So do you feel investors will still be interested in investing in you because they see?
बोला भी तो हुआ ही ना इन्वेस्ट उबर के होते हुए भी. आप में दम कितना है वो दिखाना पड़ेगा आपको अपनी आइडिया में और आपके खुद में.
तो दम के लिए you can either have a
passion, your clarity of thought, your you're there, you want to prove yourself. How much you want to prove yourself across to express करो अपना on in terms of business plans and one-on-one with investors. सब कुछ होता है. Everything is possible. It's you who needs to deliver and make that confidence to the investor who's sitting across. He's also a human being. He just wants to see कि boss मैंने इसको इतने पैसे दिए तो मेरे को returns दे पाएगा कि नहीं दे पाएगा. That you may have to make him believe. सब कुछ, everything is possible. But it's up to you. You get bogged down with कि ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है, it's all fine. Everything is Ola got invested ना. And actually India में जो जुगाड़ बोलते हैं, that is innovation for us ना. वो ओला ने क्रिएट किया रास्ता फॉर अ बिगर जायंट लाइक उबर टू कम इन by tweeting according to the atmosphere of business atmosphere of Indian economy. And then Uber came in. Otherwise वो भी कहीं घबरा ही रहते जैसे आप घबरा रहे हो कि होगा कि नहीं होगा. पानी को जब तक पैर नहीं डालोगे पता कैसे लगेगा कि ठंडा है कि गर्म है.
So who should we contact normally? Like there are different kind of investors. So how we'll know which investor might be fit for our idea? Is there a website where we can go and check the profile?
IN is there. There are a lot of them. There are, you can just go on Google where to find investments of an idea. You can, But frankly speaking, if you're just in an idea stage, and this is a very 1,000 kilometers away thing that I've told you.
Okay.
If you let's get to 100 meters, idea level पे funding बहुत कम होती है. So you have to be at least prototype ready of your idea, or at least 1 or 2 paying customers who have given you at least that confidence, and that confidence to the investor that this is a workable idea.
Okay.
And that is when you get your valuations also right. Otherwise आपका idea इतना fantastic हो गया और उसमें किसी ने investment कर दिया तो आपको ये buy you out completely. You will be not doing it.
Because the ideas aggregator model, for example, I'm telling you, there are so many people working on aggregator
absolutely.
model.
I understand that.
And there's this common idea now being chased by 10 people.
Now answering that is again, आपने खुद ही अपने आप को आंसर कर दिया है. एक तो too many people working, and then aggregator model which is again oversold. तो आप unique कैसे हो फिर? उतना ही आपको और उतनी business मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी if you really want to stick to this idea and this business model. Otherwise, 100 kilometers तो नहीं, मैं आपको 10 मीटर का बताता हूँ क्योंकि उतनी दूरी है. We will not even look at your eye. Aggregator model है.
Yeah.
And बहुत सारे players हैं.
नहीं बहुत
उतना
सारे
ही बड़ा risk हो गया for the angel investor to come into it.
बहुत सारे नहीं हैं, obviously क्योंकि अभी you know.
So, but this is the right time which you said ना. She asked me this question before. If you were here from the beginning, you would have got the answer somehow. The right time to approach an angel investor is when a prototype is ready and you have 1 or 2 minimum clients who are giving you money for whatever services you are offering to them.
Okay.
It's good enough. Sir, I again.
हमको we get a हमारा थोड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ता है ना, इतना बड़ा रिस्क ले रहे हैं उसको और ज्यादा नहीं बढ़ाना चाहते.
Okay.
So nowadays.
Can we just finish and I think the last question let me, otherwise
Let's keep the pressure then because we're sticking to the same
maybe I can go on till tomorrow. Yeah. Robust processes, administrative setup, and geographic spread. You want to learn? You want to know about IN? You want to know about angel investments per se exactly?
Both.
Both.
A little bit on IN and more about angel.
More about.
Okay, so I'll just run through these slides faster.
Yeah.
Robust processes हैं तभी 10,000 startups हमारे पास आते हैं out of 13,000 startups. Robust processes हैं क्योंकि we filter it down and we invested only in 42 startups whole of last year, which is again the highest in India. No angel investment platform has invested 42 companies in last year. Last year also we invested another 41. So we have a very strong deal vetting team, and then it gets to the members who are giants. These people who have done it on their own and made it big. हम तो एक 250 finally present कर रहे हैं उनको, 252 we presented, and out of that we invested only in 42 because they are putting their money, so they'll do lots of drilling and everything into your business model, and then we finally invested. Number of investments in IN, and in each investment resembles curated crowdfunding model. So yeah, this is there's a crowd of 450 members who are investing, but what we do is actually one lead member who will be there, who will be investing and who will be dealing with you, who's the board member from our side representing IN. So you will be dealing only with one person, and not 450 or 50 people who have invested into your business. We don't force any member to invest. It's his personal decision to invest or not to invest in the proposition that we are presenting. We just curate the best of the deals as per our expectations. Multiple locations we have. Every Saturday we have sessions in Delhi. Every first Saturday every month. Every second Saturday every month we have sessions in Bombay. Every third Saturday we have Pune or Hyderabad. Every fourth Saturday we have in Bangalore. Every alternate month we have it in London. So that is where we have our spread of members, and everyone logs in via video and audio conferencing. This is, I've told you, these are the companies that we have invested in. So I'll just skip through this. There are a lot of them. These are some of the known ones. What is the space? Where will you operate? Again, that is what you said. आपका space क्या है, what business model are you in, how crowded is it large or rapidly growing and rapidly growing. These are all these is a must. आप इनके किसी भी, but these are, having said that, these are not showstoppers. कॉमा लगा के अगर इसको आप आगे बढ़ाते हो तो आपका एग्रीगेटर मॉडल आ गया और आपके अदर मॉडल्स भी आ गए, बट यू हैव टू डू दैट मच ऑफ हार्ड वर्क टू प्रूव टू द इन्वेस्टर्स दैट यू कैन, एंड ऑफ कोर्स यू कैन. Exceptions are there. Ola has got funding. What is the competition to your product? How well do you know your competition? What is the competition? Competition ही नहीं है, so आप अकेले exist कर रहे हो तो risk है उसमें भी. So you know there can be a monopolistic situation, but there's a huge risk. So both either ways is not good. What is your strategy to deal with competition? Has any market validation happened or not? These are things that every investor will get into details with. These are slides over here, but they'll drill you on each one of these points. The major drilling here. The proposition, the business. What is your proposition? Clear definition of product and services. Are you clear of what service you are giving? What is your product? Is it already developed, or can you validate that it can be developed? So you're not medical devices. There are a lot of things where they are coming in there. You need huge investments. That is where we also go in, and we have invested in Sapiens and other biotech related businesses wherein huge investments need to come in before validation and things can be. So that completely has to be the area that you are in. Why is your product services necessary? What kind of problems are you solving for the masses that your product is necessary and it will be bought? Is it me to have product, or it's a must have product? So that again, because connecting it to the larger audience. Is it doing something different? Okay, is it doing something different? Like you said, okay, but then if your point is, I'm answering your question here, you're not doing anything different, you say, okay?
No, it's different actually. In aggregator model, most of them.
Okay, जो aggregator जब आपने बोल दिया तो वो different तो खत्म ही हो गया वहाँ पर. आप differently कर रहे हो.
कोई दूसरा है नहीं जो इतना अभी इसका reach ही नहीं पहुँचा, penetration ही नहीं है.
So you're doing something which has been done by others, but you're doing it differently. So you have to prove that.
Okay.
So, either of the two buckets you have to be in.
Got it.
Is it need to have or nice to have? Nice to have, high-end fashion boutiques, very nice to have. But is there an audience there? Angel investments, again, we're very skeptical of smaller market size. क्योंकि proven model है नहीं, market size जब आप इसको target कर रहे हो वो भी छोटा है, track record भी नहीं है आपका कुछ भी, तो risk. Just think as आप अपना पैसा लगा सकते हो किसी जगह पे, तो that is where you get your answers. If IP based, then what is the patent status? IP based, have you filed for patents? Some people actually come to us with patents. Filing is an expensive procedure itself. Then he really needs to sell the technology to us.
Algorithms can get patent? No, I think they come under software.
They'll not.
They're not.
So okay, idea the time, but doesn't it's execution. That's the thousands and thousands of 13,000 new startups coming in, new every year in India. 13,000 new ideas which are coming in.
How many fail?
99.9%.
It's around 90% is where the averages are that 10% of the startups actually deliver, and 10% of the startups survive. 10% of the startups deliver, and nearly 20% of the startups survive. Experience of pilots, prototypes, etc. So whatever you have done, have you done a prototype or an experiment with the market? What is the size of the funnel that you have come out with? कितने लोगों के साथ आपने market reach किया, उसका आपको क्या response मिला? What is everything is important. You need to actually catch on to these points, and when you are approaching an angel investor or a VC, you need to be really good with your homework. Coming to the last point is the valuation part of it. Everything depends on all these things and how well prepared you are. तो स्केलिंग अप प्लान, व्हाट इज योर स्केलिंग अप प्लान? लाइक ऐसे ध्रुवा वाला 1 साल के अंदर में जब आया, उसमें हम फंड भी उतने पे किया उसको हमने कि वो 1 साल में ही कुड ड्रीम फ्रॉम पुणे टू गेट टू बॉम्बे. दैट वाज हिज स्केलिंग अप प्लान. व्हाट वी डिड विद इट इज आवर मार्केटिंग एंड आवर हिस्ट्री एंड हिज track record, his ability to actually be flexible enough to change the model. How can you if I एक CEO बाहर से लाके बैठा देना, आपका आइडिया है, can you imagine the kind of flexible that person is? But see the deliverables and returns. 290 times पे वो बैठे हैं हमारे members. Look at the growth of the company. He thought much ahead of time. He thought much above his own self for his own business. He gave away everything. Returns में everybody is a complete winner in that whole thing. Risk mitigating plans. So okay, so you have a plan A. Everything is chalked up and everything is fine. What is plan B? पूरी strategy आपकी एक plan पे आपने base करके बना दी और okay done. Now valuations पे बात होने से पहले आपको ये prove करना पड़ेगा कि ये plan fail हो गया. आपका ये reasons पे आपके जो main supporters थे, इन लोग ने आपको प्लान फेल कर दिया आपका, ये नहीं हो पाया. What is plan B? My money is gone. You'll be okay. So that is your homework. You're over. He will keep on talking to you nicely. Investments are not done. I think this is the most important slide. It's the team. It is the team, actually, and it is the team. It comes back. So the person who's given that idea, given some shape to the idea, and coming back again to how cordial and complementary is the team to each other. I am the CEO, I am the business guy here, and this is my idea, so I am the CEO, I need to take this level to this is my plan. How do I go digital? That's my CTO who's going to take care of all the technology part of my business. His track record, his education, or his work ex is such. And that is my CMO who will do the rest of the talking. So, we look at complementing founding team members. It cannot be one single person. We will not bank on one. It's like horse race चल रही है, एक ही घोड़े पे पैसा लगा रहे हैं, नहीं करेगा कोई. You take up records and इतना clearly आपको कोई भी इतना उससे बोलेगा नहीं, बहुत छोटा फोरम है इसलिए मैं बहुत clearly बोल रहा हूँ. I'll be far more diplomatic if you see me talk in other forums, and I'll give you gyans which are like
don't know user.
No, you'll understand, but you'll not understand because they'll never be direct answers. But here I'm taking the liberty of giving you actual candid feedbacks of my experience at Angel Investments.
You have missed 2 points here. One is HR and other one is operations.
Yeah, absolutely. But HR तो तब आएगा जब लोग होंगे, business बढ़ेगा. Funding level पे हम HR वाला angle को इतना strongly नहीं ले सकते.
Companies who have not hired the best of the HR.
You're talking about bigger companies, sir.
No, I'm not talking about the smaller companies. So the skill sets, you need to have a seasoned HR professional because HR is now HRBP, business partner.
Sir, that again is the stage and the company that you are in. अगर आपका पास आप 25 लाख की फंडिंग के लिए ले आए हो, तो उसमें आप हायरिंग आप अच्छे सीजन HR के लिए जब आप बोल रहे हो, तो वो प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशंस ऑफ दोस थिंग्स
कम इन. Reality in our country is that we have diluted the part of HR in most of the organizations.
No, but they're suffering.
Companies who are operation driven have never succeeded.
I totally agree with your point over there.
E-commerce, supply chain, logistics, or any other company, if they are not have inclusive of growth with the HR.
Absolutely, I buy your point.
I think HR becomes important for scaling up, but not
no. But जैसी फंडिंग होती है ना, this is off the record. I'm talking like जैसी फंडिंग होती है, the biggest issue right now is manpower.
Biggest issue is manpower.
And I've gone on to speaker sessions and where
so normally, my experience is the first level of team is normally attracted towards the CEO of the founder of the company. Absolutely. He gets the
That's
team.
what I'm coming
HR
from.
doesn't get the team for
you're
starting.
coming in from a very operational view. I'm talking an investor's view.
What actually happened in the online space or the startup space in India in last 4 years. since most of the startups have failed, the people have jumped from one startup to the other startup. So there are few teams which are floating in the market, but they have not delivered. Few of the models have miserably failed. Initially, there is a lot of private equity and funding has been done to those ventures, and it was purely a GMP game, you all should know. So they have burned all the cash, and they have not delivered. They have not scaled up.
Somehow we have not done it.
They have not done scaling up in technology. They have not done scaling up in supply chain. They have not done scaling up in developing the people, processes. That's why they have failed. They have a plan which, so they have when they started 4 years back, they have a plan that we will do this whole one.
We can take the conversation after.
Yeah, because you know, you're getting on a very operational move over here. I'm talking when a person has no money, he approaches a network to get his business idea funded. That time, the team, the CEOs and the CMOs and the CTOs are very, very important, because we don't have a track record to invest on. They don't have any P&Ls. They don't have anything. It's just that person that we are banking on. Okay. It's his business idea. That is where we really give a lot of value. In his interactions with us only now and with the members, we actually analyze whether this is the guy or not. Whether he is, getting married to us for a divorce. Divorce is fine. 3, 4, 5 years he's going to be with us, or he's just talking about today he gets married to us and tomorrow he wants an exit. Some people actually come down with a clear-cut divorce ka jada strong plan than the plan of getting married. So it's a real turn-off.
We'll have to little bit.
Jaldi kar dein?
Yes.
Okay.
Next session aa raha hai.
Okay. Projected. Here you see that's a basic difference between bank funding and angel funding. Projections पे हम कर रहे हैं, टीम के ऊपर करते हैं, and you have no track record, nothing. So it's all your projections. Most of the projections actually, when we have seen track records of last 10 years, projection कुछ और थे, क्योंकि business इतना tweet हो जाता है by the time you get funded and then by the time you start doing your business, market is forever changing. There's some competition, there's someone who's coming and undercutting your business and this, that. So this at our level becomes very, very, 1,000 kilometers away. But projections आपके हैं कि नहीं है in place? आप सिर्फ you're just getting funded to just start your business. आपके projections, we need to see that. Financials need to be there. When will it break even? Okay, you're bleeding in the next 2 years, 3 years. What is your plan for when it break even? So it's not anymore कि आपके कितने likes हैं on your page या कितने downloads हैं of your app and all. We are far away. Indian economy as well as global economy is far away from all that. बहुत पहले की बात है ये 2007, 2008 की ये सब चीजें मैटर करती थी कि कितने likes हैं और कितने downloads हैं of apps हैं. Self-investment funding received till date. Okay, now this is really important. Skin in the game. How much have you? आपका आइडिया है सब कुछ आपका फैमिली, फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिली से आप नहीं करवा पाए तो आप दुनिया को कैसे सेल करोगे अपने आइडिया को? How much have you? You have got a track record of working in such and such company. आपने 1 लाख कमाया है, 5 लाख कमाया है, 2 रुपए कमाए हैं. आप खुद अपना कितना स्किन इन द गेम डाल रहे हो? आप नहीं डालोगे. How do you expect everyone else to come in and contribute? Charity करने के लिए जा रहे हो तो charity एक अलग ही चीज हो जाती है. It's not funding then. So your skin in the game is very, very, very important, and you need to actually highlight that at the part of when you're making your investor day. Okay, this is what I have invested. This is my friends and family money. This is the kind of 5% equity or 7% equity that I have given for that in a really idea level की funding पे. Idea level पे funding generally friends and family से होता है और उसके बाद then you get down to traction, little bit of traction, market validation or a prototype also, then you go down to an angel investor. Investment sort, you should be clear on what kind of आप इस लेवल पे पहुंचना चाहते हो. इस लेवल पे पहुंचने के लिए ये रास्ता भी बन गया. आपको कितना इन्वेस्टमेंट चाहिए वही क्लैरिटी नहीं. There are a lot of people who are not clear कि for this level to this level I have to go. मेरे को दिल्ली से बॉम्बे जाना है, मेरे को प्लेन से जाना है, मेरे को ट्रेन से जाना है, मुझे वॉक करके जाना है, साइकिल से जाना है, स्कूटर से जाना है. उसके मैथमेटिक्स ही नहीं कैलकुलेट करेगा कि एक्चुअली कॉस्ट कितना पड़ेगा उसका और मैं किस वैल्यू तक उसको करना चाहता हूँ कि मैं बेहोश भी हो जाऊंगा तब भी मैं चलता रहूंगा. So that is valuation. कि आपको कितने लेवल तक you want to dilute to get that money, and do you value that money? Will that person add that mentoring and market access to you? कि आप अपना 20%, 25% of your business you're giving for that funding amount. Valuation expectations. This is a very long discussion. It will take 2 days. It's a very one-on-one business model. आपका find that investor का उसके साथ बैठ के आप you need to know him, he needs to know your business inside out, and you know
Valuation होता है expectation.
आपका services आप किस when you go to investor, you need to tell him कि my 3 crores is what I am taking from you, but इस पैसे लेने के पहले मैं अपनी कंपनी को 3 करोड़ की वैल्यूएशन पहले ही दे रही हूँ, तो जब ये पैसा आ जाएगा तो मेरी कंपनी का 6 करोड़ का वैल्यूएशन हो जाएगा। पर 3 करोड़ की फंडिंग मैं इसलिए दे रही हूँ कि ये मेरा ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड है, ये मेरा अभी PNL है, अभी 3 साल तक मैं डील करूंगी, फिर मैं ब्रेक इवन करूंगी, एंड देन आई विल गेट ऑन टू अ प्रॉफिटेबल मॉडल वेयर यू स्टार्ट गेटिंग योर रिटर्न्स, और मे बी समवन अर्लियर आल्सो कम्स एंड टेक एन एग्जिट एंड द एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स गेट देयर रिटर्न्स. This needs to be there. I said, you need to get married, but yeah, divorce is a hard reality for every investor. They need to see a clear-cut exit from their investments that they have made. In impact investments, it is a little long drawn. Generally, an exit for an angel investor is from between 2 to 8 years. We have got exits at.
These days, most of the angel investors are more looking at exit plan and the long term.
Because of
real estate, at least I know.
Because of real estate again is a very tough area to investment, so that don't itna nahi hoga. But the fact of the thing is that exits, they pumped in a lot of money. So with Olas and the Ubers and the Flipkarts and the other giants not doing well in valuations, they are scared. If you own money, you will also get a little apprehensive. Ki let me get something back. कुछ exit तो वापस आए, कुछ पैसा तो वापस आया अपने जेब में, तभी तो वापस लगाया. Otherwise, nobody has to keep on investing, especially at the angel level, because they invest from their personally hard-earned money. It's not a VC fund that they are, and putting it for somebody else. Investors will building an exit. Okay, investors will monetize their investment. How, when, what? So this is again, they have to be very clear on this route, and they need to very clearly know how to will it. They'll never ask you this question, but you have to somewhere tell them that how the divorce is going on and how much. Then they'll plan out their alimony. They will do that. You don't have to do that for them. Yeah, skin in the game. I've already told you. Skin in the game is very, very important. They need to know कि यार इतना कुछ बोल रहा है. He's got verbal diarrhea. He's talking and he's very passionate and everything about everything. But खुद का कुछ भी नहीं लगाया हुआ. मतलब like that's not. Risk बहुत high होता है. Getting high valuations early can be fatal. Very high valuations, if you do, what happens is, I'll just break up the valuation structure in a very simple example. आपने 3 करोड़ का फंड लिया और आपने 30-40% आपने डाइल्यूट कर दिया at the angel level for that 3 crores. 30% is the maximum that you can dilute. Yeah, globally it is never over 30% that they ask for 1 million. So 1 million USD. So आपने अपना 20 करोड़ का वहाँ से अपना वैल्यूएशन कराया और नेक्स्ट लेवल पे जब आप गए तो जब आपने VC फंड के लिए लिया सीरीज A राउंड, दैट कैन बी 40 करोड़ और 50 करोड़, आपका वैल्यूएशन फिर वहाँ पे बढ़ाया आपने. देन वेयर फॉर द नेक्स्ट इन्वेस्टर टू कम इन, एक तो आपके शेयर्स डाइल्यूट आप करते चले जा रहे हो, वैल्यूएशन इतना बढ़ाते चले जा रहे हो कि नेक्स्ट इन्वेस्टर विल नॉट कम इन आफ्टर सर्टेन लेवल. सो इट हैज टू बी वेरी रियलिस्टिक. And that is where you really need to, be very much aligned. Because आप unrealistic figures दोगे तो actually होगा ही नहीं. वो investors are not dumb. They will not invest in that valuation. But for your own growth of your business also, it's not the right way of going and doing business. Because ultimately, you'll freeze and you're given more of your shares, and for a very high valuation you have done. आपके एंजल इन्वेस्टर्स या सीरीज A इन्वेस्टर्स और सीरीज B इन्वेस्टर्स won't get exits only. So high valuation में इन्वेस्टमेंट्स होना वैसे भी is technically very wrong for the business. Size of the pie wins every time over share of the pie. So your size of the market is very much important. Very, very clearly a winner there. How much I am 80% market holder or 90% market holder in that particular market is always better than this is the market and humongous market, and that is where I started. Where we like to go into markets which are bigger, where the risk gets mitigated for investors. Idea, time a dozen, execution, and execution. That is where I started again, because this is absolutely very, very important. We need to see that fire in the belly and passion and skin in the game from the person who's wanting to raise funds. And that is what we analyze with a lot of data, which makes little sense. Because track record nahi hai, kuch nahi hai, but we really bank on the person who's. So your execution skills or a proven track record in terms of where you have worked before, that all gets added up. Of course, you're a tech guy, IIT, IIMs, wo log bolte hain. It actually makes life easier for the investor. Na? IIT hai, he's done this, IIM hai, हम नहीं है तो हमको कॉम्प्लेक्सेस हो जाते हैं यार, why IIT and IIM guys? ठीक है भाई, हमारे इतने बड़े पॉकेट्स नहीं है ना. Investors get a little bit of comfort into investing. He has a track record. He's IIT, IIM is not the thing. It can be matched with 15-20 years of my experience. These are the certificates. These are the things, the winners and the laurels in my kitty. वो match हो जाएगा फिर. But somewhere you need to, have that kind of a strong faith, belief backed up with a lot of data of your own achievements. It can be in terms of academic qualifications or actual hardcore experiences on field. And that is where the thing ends, and I'm very clear you get funded. If you miss out on any one of these points, the funding process will take that long.
I think there are some ideas which might be, it is good to have an IIT or IIM to kind of get it from ideation stage to the inception stage. But then when you get into scaling up, then it has to shift to another CEO or another person.
Yeah, I'll answer you on a one-on-one. These are a few of the members that we have. These are the A+, somewhat, if you can say. These are the people who are behind IIN. And Saurabh Srivastava is, of course, the founding chairman of NASSCOM, TIE Delhi, and IIN founding member. Jyoti Sagar is the #1 corporate lawyer. So we have a mix of people from across various sectors, and it's not only IT. Mr. Munjal, again, I said 90% of our people are first-time entrepreneurs who have made it big. The 10% we have manufacturing giants and their leaders like Mr. Munjal. So Ms. Gopalakrishnan is a co-founder of Infosys. Mr. Sanjeev Chandani is co-founder of Naukri.com and InfoEdge. Mr. Anupam Mittal is the #1 angel investor in India as of now, currently. Mr. Arun Puri again, very known figure. And this is the gamut of investments that we have done. Angel investing platforms. Angel investment ecosystem, sorry. Thank you. I hope I have.
So that was Mr. Digvijay Singh from IAN giving us insights on how or what investors look in when we go to them to ask money. So thank you so much. Can we have a round of applause for him, please? Okay, and a quick photo shoot, please. Please, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Would I request other ladies and other people to join here?
Some gents also here.
Yeah, please.
Everyone should join us for the photograph.
Easy.
Please.
Yeah, that seems to
You want me to start? Yeah. Just mail me your investor deck and connect you. Just mail to me. I'll share you a guiding document.
In future. sounds really.
But the next session is waiting. The next session is waiting.
Not in there.
So let's look at the center.
I hope I have not given you guys any sandals.
Excuse me? थोड़ा सा प्रोजेक्टर की लाइट आ रही है फेस
To go in front. You want to be in 7?
Take your time wherever you want to use.
Yes. Almost done.
Okay. सर आप आ जाइए. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Anytime. So, give me my